We've been here since 1964. It was the vision of our founder to establish a place on the road system where missionaries and pastors could bring aircraft to have repairs made on them, have annual inspections done, freeing them up to do their work in ministry out in the villages.
It can be transportation, it could be maintenance, it could be training. But our goal is mainly to support those who are on the front lines in the villages. As Director of Maintenance, my job is to try to maintain the aircraft and schedule the aircraft to make sure that our aircraft are prepared whenever they're needed to go out. But not only our aircraft, we also work on other missionaries' airplanes.
Myself being a pilot and a mechanic and operating a small single-engine airplane in the village, they've been a huge encouragement. They've been able to assist me in the maintenance and preparing the airplane for flying in this harsh environment. And then also they've helped me as a pilot to maintain my ratings and a level of proficiency that I need to be safe.
We have a lot of people who want to come and learn about aviation. So what we do is we try to train them to be proficient pilots. We try to train them to be proficient mechanics, making sure that they know exactly what they need to know so that they can do what they need to do in the villages.
Ever since I started flying, it was with the intent of doing missionary work, and so just finally being part of a team that's serving an area and bringing Jesus to areas that don't have roads and otherwise wouldn't hear that message is why I'm here. Being here has been great because I'm learning the proper way to do things right from the beginning, step by step by step through a process.
Flying here is very dangerous, and I know firsthand, losing friends, just keep everyone in prayer.
Last summer saw a lot of mid-air collisions, and the need for structured training is strong. There's a lot of people out here that see it as kind of the wild, wild west. In a lot of ways it is, but MARC also, tries to standardize a lot of that so that people that gain their certificates here and leave are able to function in the world of aviation safely.
Without MARC doing what they are doing, we would be very, very isolated. Just having the pilots weathered in here, we have been so blessed to be able to say, oh, stay in the church, here's some food, make a phone call. Those kind of things really mean a lot to everyone in every village that they do work with.
The cure is the gospel of Jesus Christ. So we need to carry the cure to the villages of Alaska.
This week we have a flight going out, actually 2 airplanes going out in support of a ministry called Carry the Cure.
Right now we're heading from Soldotna up to Wasilla to pick up Carry the Cure. This plane, I'm in the caravan, and we're carrying all the music equipment. We've got about 2,000 pounds of music equipment and bags of food for the whole trip. The other plane's taking all the people.
The first year when I decided to do this Iditarod outreach, I started to look around some possible ways of getting to the village, and my team was so large and we had so much equipment, really the only way I could do it was through MARC Aviation.
There are no roads out here, and you couldn't pack all that stuff on a snow machine either. So the only way to get out to villages is definitely to fly on the little planes. And MARC has quite a ministry just bringing the joy and bringing the message of hope. If they hadn't been able to do that, they can't really get here.
You know, some of these villages we could never have visited without someone who could take us in, and this is a big team.
I don't know if they've ever had a live band in their gym before, but the kids were very excited. They were glued to what was being said, what was being sung, all the instruments. It was just a great experience.
This is a trip that we all kind of look forward to and kind of share. just neat to see the kids' reaction. We fly for different ministries that involve adults, of course, but it's really fun flying for the kids, flying ministries that are directly involved with the kids.
It has been quite impacting to see how the pilots they haven't just stood back and let us do our thing and watched from a distance, but they've gotten right in there and they've put their shoulder to the plow.
Moving equipment, setting up, talking to people, praying with people, and so there's really no other option. It has to be MARC because they're such amazing people and they really have a heart for Alaska.
Kids are raising themselves, being neglected, and being abused in some cases, both physically and sexually. And it creates an environment of hopelessness.
See, I believe that it is possible to have a suicide-free, drug-free Alaska. See, I believe that we're in a time and a season that we could see healed people, healed hearts, and the cure is the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Giving that personal testimony, seeing where people have been and where they've come from and where they're at now and how they're living for the Lord and they're excited about life, I think really has an impact on a lot of kids and a lot of adults. And we see that every year on the trips as people come forward and accept the Lord into their hearts.
I hear a lot of young people here in our community talk about wanting to kill themselves, wanting to end their lives because they feel like they have nothing. And I'm so glad I saw one of the students that were feeling that. And he was here and that was so uplifting. He walked out, looked like with a big smile.
It gives the kids especially hope for a brighter future. And I just thank the Lord once again that you are here. MARC Aviation is a big part of it.
You don't see too many of our youth coming to church, but when this came to our community today, the music, all of that drew them in and they were intrigued by that, I know, but the message that was given about what Christ can do, I see the future of our youth. It's just gotten brighter here, I know that much.
This Carry the Cure Iditarod outreach has become an annual trip. So my hope is that we can continue this great partnership between Carry the Cure, MARC Aviation, and Broken Walls.
MARC makes it possible for ministry events to happen that wouldn't normally happen. And it gives kids and youth and young adults an opportunity to engage with the gospel.
I think that the future for Alaska is we've passed the bottom of the pit, and I see that God is really moving. His hand is upon MARC, His hand is upon Broken Walls, His hand is upon Bible Camp.
MARC is just one of the foundations that keep the ministry going in the bush.
You know, words can't express how thankful we are that we have MARC.
MARC is such a key ministry in Alaska. They really give wings to ministry